Is anybody out there? I'm dying. Can anybody see me? I'm here, buried beneath a sea of emails and unmet expectations. Can anybody see me? I'm dying. Oh, thank you so much for this award. It's such a pleasure to be here. Oh, have I ever told you how much I love what I do? I'm dying. Is this hustle? Feels like pain. But hey, at least I'm being productive. Today I'm speaking to someone very, very specific. It may or may not be you. So let me ask you, when was the last time you felt enough? I mean it. Without doing anything, without showing up for anyone, when have you felt enough? If you are having a hard time answering this question and you are any of these things, high achieving, highly successful, highly ambitious, and or always, always busy, I'm here to tell you that the speed of your life tells you more about what you are running from than what you are running towards. I'm Dr. Jodi. I am a licensed mental health therapist and a professor, and today I'm going to build a case against the way you choose to live your life because, friend, it is killing you. Growing up, I became familiarized with the story of a young man who sold his birthright for some lentil stew. Now, in modern day, a birthright is simply this. It's unearned privilege, gain. It's the right and ownership to something of extreme value that, again, you do not have to earn. This story is oftentimes told mocking the young man, saying, oh man, bro, like you really did all that for a bowl of soup? But what if I told you this isn't some antiquated story about somebody out there? This is a story about you. You who so readily and enthusiastically sell your birthright of rest, joy, peace, boundaries, the ability to say no, and for some, the right to be fully and completely loved for something far less valuable. I came to this shattering realization on one of my nightly commutes home when it hit me. If I were to die right now en route, my last thought would be, damn, I hate this job. My last bodily sensation would be utter stress and overwhelm, and my last emotion would be searing regret that I was on my way home to give my family my last because I gave the world my best. Now, it's been a very long journey to coming to this realization, but I'll spare you my life story and only give you the last few years. I recently completed my PhD, hence the doctor in front of my name. Hey. I was second in my doctoral cohort of 8, first in my fellowship cohort of 23. It's not a brag, it just is what it is. It sets the context. I finished through a pandemic, a pregnancy that required multiple hospitalizations, a nursing nightmare that required 2 different procedures for my daughter, undiagnosed postpartum depression and anxiety, and unbeknownst to me, complete and total mental collapse. A few weeks after my graduation, I had the privilege of flying to Atlanta for a presentation. I did it on colorism and healing. And it was in that moment, for the first time in my life, I felt full confidence. I was operating in my flow state, and I said, wow, this is exactly what I was created to do. And it was in that moment that I unknowingly advertised myself to a predator. He marked me. He hunted me. And hours later, I found myself navigating a freeze response as I was desperately trying to end a sexual assault. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn, aka people pleasing, are your pre-programmed trauma responses and your brain's only options in the face of danger. To my brain, I wasn't my actual age. I was a helpless little girl. To my brain, this wasn't happening in real time. It was happening back then as it has before. Tormented, I completely ignored myself and resorted to people-pleasing, checking in on his well-being. Saying things like, oh, it's because of your own sexual abuse that you didn't recognize that I meant it when I said no. Or it's because of your own trauma that you didn't realize I only wanted friendship and even, friend, I love you. Now, I'm not telling this story because I want to put myself out there. Trust me, I do not. However, as a trauma therapist, I need you to understand that my story is very common and replicable. And I also want you to know what it has to do with you, the high achieving, overworked individual who doesn't know your worth or value and is actively selling your birthright of rest, joy, peace, boundaries, the ability to say no, and for some, the right to be fully and completely loved for something far less valuable. Now, in the time leading up to, during, and after this assault, I only saw the world through shame. My shame told me, what is everybody going to think of you? My shame told me I failed because I let it happen again. My shame told me, no one's going to believe you. Why would this charismatic, attractive therapist and PhD violate you? After all, I was the one who complimented him in public. I was the one who wore clothing that hugged my curves. I was the one that didn't say no loud enough. I was the one who didn't set boundaries early enough. I was the one who didn't report it, and I was the one who continued to be his friend. Freeze turned to fawn as my abandonment trauma kicked in, and I refused to be both violated and discarded. So I hid myself from the people I loved the most. I was silent from the people I loved the most, and I continued to appease and comfort my abuser. Now I'm about to snatch some of y'all wigs off your head, so please hold on tight. If you are running from shame, your flight response might look something like this: overthinking, perfectionism, overworking, because the speed of your life says more about what you are running from than what you are running towards. Your so-called work ethic just might be a trauma response in disguise. And you might be using overworking as a way to self-harm and to punish yourself. I am a Black woman and a Marine, two identities that condition me to believe pain is weakness leaving the body, two identities that condition me to believe when I am exhausted and nearing the point of collapse, or dare I say defeat, to hit the gas, because nobody is coming to rescue me. As high achieving, highly driven, highly capable, highly successful, and or always busy people, running from shame equals getting degrees, opening businesses, perpetually finding people to save, codependent relationships, stacked and busy schedules, and giving away pieces of yourself every single day without replenishment. Now I see a lot of skeletons in this audience. People who have given away your skin in sacrifice and service to others because you do not feel worthy of inhabiting your own body. You don't feel worthy of your accomplishments. You don't feel worthy, and you don't believe you're enough. Stop using work to mask the things that are hidden inside of you. Stop wearing your exhaustion as a trophy and celebrating those who do. Let me tell you, I completed my dissertation by confining myself to a room for 24 hours without food or water. I used the bathroom once. Meanwhile, I was nursing a baby. Is it any wonder that I didn't invite anybody to my graduation? Is it any wonder that it took me over a year to touch my dissertation again? You do not celebrate your accomplishments because you recognize people are celebrating your demise, not your success. You gave everything to get this thing, and then you realize everything is much too high of a price. You sold your birthright of rest, joy, peace, boundaries, the ability to say no, and the right to be fully and completely loved for something far less valuable. We glorify the hustle. We brag about missing sleep, skipping meals. But friend, overworking is self-harm dressed as a calendar invitation. Overworking is self-harm disguised as a busy schedule. When you think you are one mistake away of everybody discovering that you are a fraud, or one mistake away from everybody seeing all of your shame, you hit the gas. You over-deliver, you over-prepare, you overproduce, you overachieve, you overwork. because you don't believe you are enough, and you believe that, hey, if I just get that one more promotion, that one more title, or that one more person, then maybe I'll finally be enough. But you never feel enough. The Cinderella fantasy conditions us to believe that if we just work hard, stay silent, and keep on grinding, one day somebody's going to save us. But friend, nobody is coming. It's time for you to lay down your shame, to face it, and stop running, because only then will you recognize it's not your shame. It's the shame that belongs to every person who violated, abandoned, and traumatized you. The speed of your life says more about what you are running from than what you are running towards. So please stop running. Be honest with yourself, and if your community is safe, be honest with them too. Name the shame, package it up, put a stamp on it, and return it to sender, because it does not belong to you. And to those of you who have what my therapist likes to call a gangster self-critic, go ahead and put them down too. Because survival is messy, it's gritty. You have to forgive yourself for what you had to do to continue to exist. And I'm not gonna lie, once you finally embrace the stillness, it's gonna suck. You're gonna feel as though your worst fears have come true, because everything you've been running from is going to be staring you in the face, and your brain's going to try to tell you, oh, it's going to kill you, but guess what? You've already survived. Facing your shame is simply this. It's taking it from being this gigantic mountain that overshadows your entire view of the world to chipping it down through therapy to being something that you can just toss in your back pocket or throw in the garage. So to every high-achieving, highly successful, highly ambitious, and or always busy person out there whose speed of life tells you more about what you are running from than what you are running towards, it's time to reclaim your birthright. You have full access to rest, joy, peace, the ability to say no, boundaries, and true and genuine love. Friend, you are valuable, you are worthy, and you are so enough. If this message resonates with you and you know someone else who is booked and busy and needs to be rescued from themselves, pass this message along. Thank you.